You talk with so many different customers. You're talking to investors. You're talking to a lot of folks who are focused in procurement, and you've worked in sourcing yourself in procurement. What are people that you're hearing? What are they struggling with right now specifically? Is there anything like any patterns that, other than the data piece that you mentioned?
What we keep hearing, one, there's a couple of like recurring themes that we hear from leaders. So there's top down pressure to be able to incorporate AI into their function, into procurement, and leaders are kind of lost in what's hype, what's not hype, what is actually going to deliver business value. So Procuro, and this wasn't my job when I initially went out to go do a startup. I didn't realize this would be my job, but what it's becoming is really, we're sort of a guiding hand in this ocean of AI opportunity that leaders are looking for, and sort of just be able for us to give them a tangible result of like, hey, these are the outcomes for your business if you use an AI tool, not, hey, this AI tool can do all these different things. And so I think it's super critical for us for startups and for AI companies to really focus on the results, and AI is just the tool that we use to get to those results. So that's the first part. And then the second part, I actually talked about this recently with my CTO, which is what we hear a lot from companies is, and I believe this is something that consulting firms have preached to companies, which is with any digital transformation, you need to follow a people, process, technology approach. So you need to, focus on your people, give them the right training, and make sure they have the right skill sets to be able to do the job. Then you have to make sure that you have the right processes in place to support the job. And then you look at the technology that's going to support those two other things. And we think that's fundamentally broken, especially in an AI world where you need to flip the process. You need to look at technology as something that is going to revolutionize your business. And so the only way for you to actually see transformation is for you to really understand what the technology is now capable of doing, because it's changing and it's not what it was 2-3 years ago. And so the possibility of what you're able to achieve with these AI tools is vastly different than you were able to do only a couple of years ago. So to your point, it's, there's a fundamental shift happening in your processes and your people and like what they're able to achieve. And so we preach to companies now is the old way of doing things was people, process, technology. Now we need to flip it, because you need to understand what the technology is capable of doing, with proof of concepts, with pilots, with design partnerships, working with smaller companies, working with startups to really understand what is possible. Once you understand what's possible, then you go look at your processes and understand, hey, what are the processes that, now knowing what technology is capable of, what do we need to change? Oh, we can automate these processes. Oh, these are where AI still can't really do the work. We understand that, but you can't do that work without already understanding what AI is capable of doing and what it's not capable of doing. So then you go into process. Finally, then you get to people, because people are going to be the hardest, and you want people to be able to understand what's happening, understand what the transformation is going to look like. And you need to be prepared from a technology standpoint to be able to answer any questions. You need to be prepared from a process standpoint to already understand what processes are going to change, to then bring your people along so that it's an easy journey for them to understand everything else. So that's how you really test out and bring new technologies to a company. From there, then you go back to the drawing board, and now for you to scale that technology within a company, then you can definitely follow the people, process, technology approach, where you then want to scale that. You want to train your people on the new process with the new technology. Then you want to make sure, hey, are these processes working day to day? Is anything broken? Do we need to change anything? And then you finally have that sign off of, hey, we can deploy this more globally. We can deploy this across our entire business. And so, the key today is you need to test things quickly. You need to fail fast. You need to really explore what the capabilities are, because one, they're changing every day. And you even mentioned, right, like things are changing really quickly. Things are changing fast, and leaders are sort of overwhelmed with all of those changes. it's the job of startups to help these companies understand what's possible, understand what's coming down the line, and prepare them for what's coming next, so that they don't get caught off-footed. So that's what's been super, like, part of my job that I've come to love, and I didn't know it was going to be part of my job, is just helping these these leaders navigate something that is very complex, is changing very quickly, and just at the end of the day, helping them go through that process to make sure that their company and their people are set up for success.